Rachel Zegler was the epitome of a Hollywood dream come true. She went from singing on YouTube to winning awards and landing starring roles in blockbuster films. Her journey to fame felt almost magical, as if a fairy godmother had waved her wand and declared, "You shall be a star." But as any good fairy tale will tell you, there's always a twist. In Rachel's case, it wasn't an evil stepmother or a cursed spinning wheel. It was a string of controversies, social media backlash, and the ruthless public scrutiny that comes with modern stardom. From her casting as Disney's Snow White to her outspoken political stances, Zegler's journey has taken a sharp turn from glittering promise to polarizing figure. How did Hollywood's new princess find herself at the center of such a dramatic fall from grace? Let's pull back the velvet curtain on this modern cautionary tale. And don't forget to laugh along the way.
I'm a narcissist. The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Okay.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. And then it became like, I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part. That people will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie, right. Andrew Burnap. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
I say, if I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
And we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Rachel Zegler's rise to fame could have been ripped straight from the pages of Cinderella. Born in Hackensack, New Jersey, she grew up performing in high school musicals, belting out covers on YouTube, and dreaming big. Her raw talent caught the attention of casting directors, and in 2019, she was plucked from a pool of 30,000 hopefuls to star as Maria in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. It's like winning the lottery, only instead of cash, you get a Golden Globe and internet trolls. Her performance was universally praised, with critics calling her a revelation. She made history as the youngest actress to win a Golden Globe for Best Actress, and her future looked brighter than a Disney fireworks display. Hollywood welcomed her with open arms, touting her as the fresh, diverse face of the industry's future. But as Rachel soon learned, fame in the digital age comes with a fine print that reads, "Proceed with caution." In 2021, Disney announced Rachel Zegler as their Snow White for a live-action remake. At first, it seemed like another chapter in her storybook rise. A Latina actress taking on the role of a beloved princess. It sounded like a progressive win for Hollywood, except not everyone saw it that way. The backlash was swift and loud. Fans of the original fairy tale argued that Snow White's defining trait, skin as white as snow, was integral to her identity. Casting Zegler, a proud Latina, felt like rewriting a core element of the character. The internet lit up with debates, memes, and arguments over whether Disney was pushing diversity for the sake of diversity. Then Rachel entered the fray. When asked about the criticism, she boldly declared, "I'm not going to bleach my skin for this role." While some applauded her confidence, others felt her comment was dismissive. Instead of diffusing the tension, it felt like she tossed a lit match into an already volatile situation. Snow White's pale complexion became the hottest topic since Prince Eric's lack of nipples in The Little Mermaid remake. If the casting backlash was a fire, Rachel's comments about the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs were like pouring gasoline on it, and then lighting sparklers for good measure. In a promotional interview, Zegler described the 1937 Disney classic as extremely dated, and criticized the prince's behavior, labeling it stalkerish. Her remarks were meant to hype up the remake as a modern feminist retelling, but they backfired spectacularly. Fans of the original took her words as an insult to Disney's legacy, accusing her of disrespecting a beloved film that had shaped childhoods for generations. The internet was quick to pounce. Memes flooded social media, mocking Zegler for trashing the movie she was supposed to represent. One viral post read, "If you hate Snow White so much, why not remake Frozen and rename it Chilly Independent Woman?" Suddenly, Rachel wasn't just an actress playing Snow White. She was a symbol of everything people felt was wrong with modern Hollywood. As if Snow White's complexion and the prince's kiss weren't controversial enough, the Seven Dwarfs entered the chat. In an attempt to modernize the story, Disney decided to ditch the traditional depiction of the dwarfs, opting for CGI characters instead of casting actors with dwarfism. This decision followed criticism from actor Peter Dinklage, who called the original portrayal backward. The response was a PR nightmare. While Disney intended to show sensitivity, actors with dwarfism argued that the studio had robbed them of roles. The backlash wasn't just about representation, it was about livelihoods. Although Zegler had no hand in the decision, She became the face of the controversy simply by association. Once again, the Snow White remake found itself in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. By now, Zegler's name was synonymous with Snow White's missteps, even if she wasn't directly responsible. Critics joked that the remake was cursed, and some fans suggested Disney scrap the project altogether. After all, who needs dwarfs when you've got this much drama? Rachel Zegler's outspoken nature extended beyond Snow White. On social media, she frequently voiced her opinions on political and social issues, including her criticism of Donald Trump and his supporters. One particularly fiery tweet called "Trump supporters, a stain on America." While many applauded her candor, others saw her comments as unnecessarily divisive, especially for someone representing the famously family-friendly Disney brand. Conservative commentator Megyn Kelly seized on the controversy, accusing Zegler of alienating Disney's core audience. In one particularly scathing rant, Kelly called her a pig and slammed Disney for supporting her while firing other actors for less controversial statements.
Picture a Broadway actress who issued a post saying, F Biden supporters. May Biden or Kamala never have a moment's peace. That person would be fired so fast it would make your head spin. They wouldn't last one more minute in any Hollywood role. This is truly like, she has to go. I'm sorry, Disney. She has to go. And you're going to put out a Disney film with Snow White, a beloved American character, with a woman who hates more than half the country, the half that just elected Donald Trump. This is an incredible pivot point right now. We'll see which way the woke Disney decides to go.
At this point, the saga had gone from fairy tale to full-blown soap opera. As controversies mounted, the internet demanded action. The hashtag #ReplaceRachel trended on Twitter, with fans calling for Disney to recast Snow White. Some posts were serious, offering suggestions for replacements like Lily Collins. Others were downright ridiculous, suggesting animatronic princesses or a return to the animated original. For Disney, the backlash presented an impossible dilemma. Replacing Zegler would risk accusations of caving to mob outrage, keeping her risked alienating fans and jeopardizing the film's success. It was the kind of lose-lose situation that would make even Cinderella's stepmother sympathize. In the face of relentless criticism, Rachel tried to defend herself. In interviews, she clarified that her comments about Snow White were taken out of context. She insisted that she wasn't disrespecting the original film, but trying to modernize it for today's audience. However, her statements often came across as defensive, and the public remained unconvinced. To her supporters, she was a young actress navigating an impossible situation. To her detractors, she was digging her own grave with a gold-plated shovel. Either way, the damage was done. The release of Snow White, slated for 2025, looms as a critical moment for both Rachel Zegler and Disney. If the film succeeds, it could redeem her career and quiet her critics. But if it flops, Zegler could find herself relegated to Hollywood's long list of could-have-beens. For Disney, the stakes are equally high. This isn't just about one film. It's about how the studio navigates the treacherous waters of modern controversies without alienating audiences or sacrificing its values. One thing's for sure. The road ahead is anything but smooth. Rachel Zegler's journey from rising star to polarizing figure is a modern-day cautionary tale. It's a reminder that fame is a double-edged sword, capable of elevating careers as quickly as it tears them down. Whether she's a misunderstood heroine or the architect of her own downfall depends on who you ask. One thing is certain, this saga has all the ingredients of a Hollywood blockbuster, except maybe a happy ending. So what's your take? Is Rachel Zegler unfairly targeted, or has she written herself into her own tragic script? If you guys liked today's video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.